I've been working mobile and remote since I started my business for almost 2 decades ago. I'm a founder and consultant at a software company, so the nature of my work is on the field. But since I'm also running operations, I had no choice but manage my team remotely. So I did a lot of trial and errors. I tried several time management techniques in productivity, collaboration apps, and it took me years to find the formula. So in the age of unfortunate COVID-19, remote teams, work from home, telecommuting, or whatever you want to call it, working remotely is a norm. A lot of us are still in state of shock because business owners are struggling to adjust their work from home policies, and they worry about employee productivity at home. So we're just meeting. My name is Dennis Hilario, and I'm gonna give you my best thoughts and tips about creativity, innovation, and digital transformation. So if you haven't already, kindly consider subscribing so you'll get notified on my next video about digital transformation and similar posts. So I came up with two major methods managing remote teams for leaders or working productively if you're a team member. So this is not something I invented myself, but rather I have adopted from years of trial and error. So the first method, which is a topic that I'd like to discuss now, is asynchronous communication technique. So this technique is when you can communicate with your team without the requirement of being present at the same moment in time. So I am sure we do it now, but we're not mindful about it. We all feel things are in chaos if things are not planned out properly. So let's talk about synchronous communication for a while. It is where parties are sending and responding messages in real time. This can be a conference meeting or a phone call. So this requires undivided attention, mostly non-productive. You're talking about deep productive work. But if your typical day requires deep work to accomplish several things, and at the same time you need to respond to messages and team inquiries, then asynchronous communication management is a must. So preparing a proposal, programming, researching, or preparing a presentation are examples of deep work. So let's break down the disadvantages of synchronous workplace. Synchronous workplace creates distractions or unnecessary stress. So imagine on these things and several notifications pop up from your phone, email, then your work will just be half-baked or if not accomplished at all. So multitasking leads to overstimulation of your brain function. So if you're constantly interrupted in the workplace, then you risk losing focus and forget things needed to accomplish important work. It discourages result-driven culture. So some people tend to feel productive if they're constantly responding to emails, chats, and phone calls. But those are shallow work and not output-based employee performance. Before I continue, I'd like to take a moment and discuss with you a great tool that we use in our team for collaboration and remote work. So this one is called Lark Suite. It's a complete all-in-one collaboration tool with messages, chats, calendar, unlimited video conferencing, unlimited online calls. And the best thing about this is it's free. Try it. And if you have questions, kindly click the below link in the description below so that you can check out more features and free services that we can do for you in your remote organization. So what are the benefits of asynchronous workplace? So the first benefit is you'll have a happier team. So in an asynchronous workplace, the team has total control of their time, thus stress is significantly lower. Our challenge in adopting remote work is the change of mindset from time-based work to output-based work. So if we eliminate strict work hours and combine it with team commitments to deliver tasks, then this will lead to team satisfaction. Second benefit is better communication quality. Asynchronous communication promotes quality responses because it gives the responder time to think. This leads to a thoughtful and quality response. Third benefit of asynchronous communication is increased productivity. So more accomplished deep work compared to shallow work without a doubt will result in exponential output. So how can a team communicate asynchronously and be productive? So the first step is to adopt Scrum or Agile methodology. So in Agile methodology, there's what we call sprint meetings and stand-up meetings. Sprint meetings are normally a remote conference at least once a week to discuss project accomplishments within 1 to 3 week period and define the next sprint for another 1 to 3 week period. During sprints, the team does a daily stand-up meeting. It is where project accomplishments, roadblocks, next steps are discussed in a given period of the day. It should only be about 15 to 30 minutes depending on the size of the team. So this is where synchronous communication should happen. Next is use time blocking technique. Time blocking is the practice of blocking every moment of your day, ideally the night before or early morning, and dedicating specific time blocks for certain tasks and responsibilities. So deep work should be the default. The key here is to define time blocks for checking and responding to messages. In my case, I block 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. to respond to emails, 10 a.m. to 10:30 for daily stand-up meetings, then Tuesdays 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for team sprints, and block 10 minutes on a defined period to check chats, follow-ups, and or return phone calls. Here is a view of my typical calendar. I recommend the following ebooks to learn from productivity techniques. One is Scrum, The Art of Doing Twice the Work in Half the Time by Jeff Sutherland. Another one is Getting Things Done by David Allen, or GTD, to learn more about productivity techniques. So as a team leader, it is important that we communicate this style to team members and encourage them to practice it as well, so the entire team will promote a result-driven culture. So the next key method in managing a remote team successfully is to stimulate accountability, establish commitments, and review their performance. I will blog about this topic in the next video I will release, so please stay tuned. Question: can you share more tips about how you do your productivity with your remote teams? So, DX your life and business. Have a great day.